Yo, what's good, y'all? Silas Kamoon here, and I'm back with another video. And today we're gonna talk about why the wealthy don't pay anything in taxes and how you can do the same.
I guess I got my swagger back.
So I know taxes can be a real drag of a subject for a lot of people, but y'all know how I'm rocking, y'all know how I'm coming. We're gonna talk about it and we're gonna add some flavor to it. So I would be remiss not to mention this, but before I get into this any further, disclaimer, I am not a CPA or tax professional. Consult a tax professional for any tax advice. This is just strictly for edutainment purposes. Now, to really get into the subject of why the wealthy don't pay any taxes, we need to really understand what taxes are on a fundamental level. So taxes are really the government's main source of income. That is the perspective that you need to look at taxes with. I mean, that's why the branch of government that collects taxes is called the Internal Revenue Service, right? The IRS. So of all the taxes that the government collects as their income and their revenue, 50% is coming from employee income taxes, which is obviously like whenever you get paid, the government takes their share, right? Uncle Sam takes his cut. 7% is coming from corporate income taxes. So the taxes that businesses pay on their profits. And then 36% is coming from payroll income taxes. So whenever your employer pays you, they also withhold payroll taxes that they have to pay to the government too. That's actually coming from you as well. It's not actually coming from your employer because that money would have went to you, but they pay it out to the government. So what does that actually tell you then? That means 86%, 50% income tax and 36% payroll tax is actually coming from employees. 86% of the government's income is coming from employees. And so who are these employees, right? It's the middle class. A majority of the middle class works as employees. 99% of the middle class is employees. You cannot become wealthy as an employee. It's almost impossible. So that poses the question, why does the middle class pay the most in taxes? So in order to really answer this question and understand why you last year paid more in taxes than Jeff Bezos or Elon Musk or Warren Buffett, we need to really understand how the economy works. So let's paint this picture, right? Let's say that there's a new country and you become president of this country. Let's say it's, I don't know, Wakanda, right? So you just became president of Wakanda. You are now leading all the Wakandians. So as president now, you have to provide for your Wakandians, right? They need food, they need vehicles, they need all these things. So as president, you have two options as to how you can go about this, right? So the first option is that you can build up all the factories and the offices and, the businesses yourself and employ all the citizens. And then you can build up, the schools and the bridges and those kind of things, right? But see, that's not really that effective, right? Because people are incentive-based creatures and there's no incentive for people to actually contribute to that society. They're not getting anything out of that. Plus, it would be really hard to try to employ an entire nation. And so that's what essentially socialism is. And see, now the other option two, is that you can allow the citizens that are brave enough to actually go out and, start their own businesses and employ other people instead of you actually having to do it, right? So if people are employing other people, now you can collect taxes twice. You can collect taxes on the business and you can collect taxes on those employees of those businesses. That's essentially what capitalism is, right? And that's also why very few people are actually wealthy, right? Because very few people actually go out and start businesses. Most people are employees. And so here's the answer to the question of why the wealthy pay less in taxes. Because as the president of that country, if you were to raise and increase taxes on these business owners, right, they're going to essentially take their businesses and go move them to another country that's more tax advantage. As president, would it be wise for you to increase the taxes and make these business owners pay a large amount of their income in taxes? No, it wouldn't, because they're going to close their businesses and take them elsewhere. And that's going to leave you with a bunch of unemployed citizens. So the best option is to keep their taxes low and continue to incentivize them to open more and more businesses in your country, because then you'll be able to collect taxes on the businesses that they open and you'll be able to collect taxes on the employees that work in those businesses. That's the fundamental reason that the wealthy pay less in taxes than everyone else, because the wealthy are operating on a different system. Employees and business owners are taxed differently. Employees are taxed on their gross income, right? So when they get paid, Uncle Sam takes his cut because he doesn't trust you to pay him later. And then you can go pay your bills on what's left, right? As opposed to the business owners, they get paid, then they get to pay their bills, and then Uncle Sam takes a cut of what's left from that. So business owners get taxed on net income while employees get taxed on gross income. So businesses are paying a smaller percentage of their income in taxes. So the question is now, how do you actually avoid taxes? It's easy. You move from the employee side to the business owner side. Instead of looking at taxes as a burden or an expense, you need to look at them as an incentive system. So when you do things that the government can't do, like employing people or providing housing or providing any service to society, then they will give you tax breaks and as an incentive to continue doing that. The government will never substantially tax the wealthy because they want the wealthy to continue providing what they provide to society. Amazon, Netflix, GE, all these companies, they're providing value to society in a much bigger way than just themselves. Employees only provide value to themselves. So the government doesn't incentivize that because all you're doing is taking care of yourself. When you take care of other people by giving them a salary or giving them housing or providing anything for them, the government likes that. They want you to continue to do that, so they will give you tax breaks for doing stuff like that. And so with all this being said, I hope you're beginning to see now why the school system also doesn't teach financial literacy or financial education or how to invest or how to be a business owner. It's because the government wants to make sure that they're prepping up and building up their future business partners, their employees, right? The government wants to continue to shape young people to be employees so that they can continue to collect income taxes from employees, because income taxes is the largest percentage of the government's income. So how to avoid taxes? Do things the government wants you to do. Anyways, that's it for this video. I hope y'all gained something of value from this. If you did, hit that thumbs up button for the YouTube algorithm so that they know that this is good content that needs to get pushed out there, and share some more. But other than that, I will see y'all in the next one.